Now you guys probably know that I really love hot dogs, horseshoes and hand grenades, and that my favorite mode for the game is Take and Hold. And well, while it's a really fun mode to play, it is really needing an update. And I've been just thinking about what things I would love to see come to the Take and Hold mode to make it more fun to play again, make it more interesting to play. And yeah, so here are 5 things that I've thought of that could improve the Take and Hold mode in maybe a future update. I know Anton, the developer, has said he might look into getting the Sosigs working into Take and Hold, but there might be a few more other things that really should be looked at, and I feel like Take and Hold is I feel like it's a bit of a thing that has been pushed to the back a bit, because Anton right now is working on the Sosigs AI, of course, and he's working on getting the new Sosigs AI, well, the improvements, working with Rod winners, but we really need more Take and Hold updates. There we go, 5 suggestions from me. And these are in no particular order. The first thing I'm gonna say is clearer paths to the hold or resupply points, especially on containment, because containment has a lot of verticality, and to get to the next point, it usually takes like, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes navigating through the map to actually find a way there. You have the radar, which actually shows you how high or low or where it is, but it's still not clear on how to go that good. You could argue that that there's an exploration aspect to this, but I personally don't really want to just go around and explore. I just want to get to the next point to advance and get harder enemies and such, get new weapons, and yeah, and just have more action going on. What happens in between those also is kind of like, okay, there's a few zombies, a few bots, a few of those spike things, and that's about it. But to make a clearer path, maybe, I don't know, add like a path on the radar, or maybe like make arrows on the map that point into the right direction, which way you have to go, or stuff like that. And as the next thing, I would say no spawnlocking mode. What I mean by this is basically you can just spawn lock ammo onto your belt and just grab ammo, infinite amounts, and just reload without caring about ever running out of ammo. To make it more interesting though, I would suggest like disabling spawn locking if you enable the no spawn locking mode. And instead of just getting 1 mag per weapon, you get like a couple, like let's say 3 mags or so, and the ammo for it, of course. If you run out of the ammo in those mags, that's it. You have to keep the mags and probably get to the next resupply point to resupply your ammo. Kind of like in Return of the Rod winners, where you have those things which refill the ammo in your mags. Also, Anton, it's been months already since you added a backpack. Fix the positioning when spawn locking it. I even mentioned it a couple of times in your streams. Thank you. Alright, my third point now would be that there are still weapons spawning without sights. Well, what I mean by this is basically there's a few weapons that have a rail, but they don't spawn with a sight. Like some other weapons you see, they, especially with like bolt action rifles, which don't have a sight and just have a rail, they usually spawn with like a random sight, maybe a reflex, maybe an ACOG or something like that. And while I was recording this footage, I couldn't get it to happen that I would get a weapon without a sight, but this is what it basically would look like. You just get a weapon and just there's no sight on it. So yeah. Alright, point 4, guys. And point 4 is basically something I think I've seen Anton already work on, something that could be implemented with this, and basically I'm talking about the cheesable points. What if you don't understand what I mean? It's basically on the original Take and Hold map there are a few points where you could climb up some ladders and get on these platforms, and you just wait out the timer on the point. So what could be fixed here is basically make the bots basically just climb up the ladders, or basically instead of making the points time based, make the points based on how many bots you killed. However, the how many bots you killed one could still be cheesed in case you get like grenades or something like that, so you can just stand up there and throw grenades down there. Which I have done before as well, just because I was kind of bored of just standing up there. So the last point is what I already said in the beginning, what I know Anton has been working on a lot lately. You saw in my previous video where the new stealth mechanics with the Sosigs have been added. So yeah, I'm talking about adding the Sosigs, of course, to Taken Hold, because the old Wiener bots are they're not really smart to fight against. They're not really fun to fight against anymore. It's fun in the beginning where it's like, oh cool, we can actually go and fight those Wiener bots on those maps just for some random instant action. But now it's like they just do the same thing. You can predict from where they're coming. It's just it's kind of boring. I want something new, I want something fresh, I want some more unpredictable enemies, and the Sosigs are basically just the thing that we need. Well, at least I need, because the Wiener bots are getting stale. And no joke intended here. And with the addition of the Sosigs, there could be also a remaking of the covers in the Taken Hold maps, basically. Since there's a probabilistic system in the game now, it would be cool to have like different kinds of cover, not just those concrete barriers and stuff like that. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe add something more interesting stuff, like, okay, there has been metal crates, but maybe some other things, like maybe like these wooden military crates you would see like in bunkers and stuff like that. I think that would fit pretty well. Or wooden crates, or I don't know, computers. Just go wild. So like desks, maybe so metal desks or something you could hide behind, and just hope to God that none of the bullets will penetrate the desk. That would be amazing, honestly. I would love that. And then again, that would be the other way around, where you would hope to God that your bullets penetrated in case one of the Sosigs hides behind those desks. That would be really fun and interesting to see. And of course, with the Sosigs in Taken Hold, there would actually be a use for smoke grenades and flashbangs, because using the flashbangs, they actually get blinded for like a moment. You can use them like a stun grenade. Like for example, if it's getting too overwhelming, you just pop one of those, throw them at your feet, and then all the Sosigs that look in the direction of that flashbang are stunned, and you have a moment to breathe, reload, and get some more shots off, and that would be really cool stuff to see. And maybe I'm not 100% sure if smoke grenades work with the Sosigs. I haven't tested that myself, but maybe you could use like a smoke grenade to like smoke a doorway so they don't immediately see you, which would help a lot if you don't want to take too much damage from certain directions. But anyways, you guys, this was the 5 suggestions I could make for the Taken Hold mode and how to improve them. I hope you enjoyed them. Maybe you have a few other suggestions, leave them down in the comments, of course. And yeah, I guess that's it. And I'm really hoping that Anton sees this video, because I think these are some good ideas. Those are ideas I've been thinking about for a while now, and I personally think they are not too ridiculous, and that they could improve the experience of Taken Hold some more, which is still my favorite mode, and I would really like to see more done with it. Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.